Hey everybody! In my class, I actually have one of my current classes, Principles of Marketing. I actually have an Excel file that I use to show the concept of what we call perceptual mapping, taking people's perceptions of different brands across two different axes, or two different kind of categories of characteristics, and then plotting them out and trying to see, all right, if we can map this out, people's perceptions out, where do these brands sit? Kind of gives you an idea of where your brand, whether it's existing or new, could play in. Is there a gap? Or sometimes even, like I give them an example from my life with GNC, did some perceptual mapping one time and realized, hey, some of the things that we thought are correct, people view us the way we want them to view us, but some of them are actually far off. And we need to reassess how we're communicating, reassess our strengths, do a bunch of work to make sure we're better serving our customers and doing a better job of resonating with folks. So I take my class through an exercise, and what I have been doing is I just put Excel up on the board. It's face to face, and then I have everybody kind of shout out answers, and I kind of take the answers that seem to be the most common, and it does the trick. But I've thought it'd be nice if everybody can have input. We can kind of average out the responses. And so, inspired by the Google Slides portion of this week, I did that with Excel. So I'm going to take you through that. So here's the exercise. So through our Office 365 account, we have access to office.com, right? So the web app for Excel. So what I did was I created a file. Let me make sure I move this so you can see it. That has the inputs to my perceptual mapping, right? And so an output would look something like that. But it has the inputs to my perceptual mapping. And so this very simple exercise, we all could do it, is I ask students to say, okay, American Eagle, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being inexpensive and 10 being very expensive, how do you rate it? Right? How do you rate it? Maybe they said 4, right? And so on. Rate them all down. I also have some controls here to make sure that students enter the right thing. So, students rate it. Right, we have 4 different groups. I am averaging out them here. And finally, live, I can open up my same Excel file. Right, I get real-time data, feeds back in. I can see how these brands map out. Right, see how these brands map out. So just give an example. Put that back over here. Let's say some of the groups, they came out and they said, well, actually, I felt this about H&M. Maybe we had 2 groups that felt that way, right? They're kind of anomalies, but somehow there's some H&M lovers in those groups. They just think it's great quality, right? Relatively low price, but I think that quality is just the best. They love H&M, right? It kind of skews it, right? And so you'll be able to see that real time, right? And we can look here. We can see H&M has kind of come up top. Now, the way we would use this is we'd say, all right, there seems to be kind of a common line. Right, we see a trend line in this kind of low quality down here, this low quality and expensive quadrant to high quality expensive. We see some outliers there. H&M, according to these students, their perception map, right? H&M is bring out high quality at a fairly low price, right? We might say, okay, well, there's a bit of a gap right in the middle here. What could we do about that between Hollister and Urban Outfitters and Adidas, right? If we had someone that was expensive but low quality, if I was that brand, it would tell me there's things I need to be doing to get a higher quality image perception with my customers. H&M, on the opposite hand, may say, well, it's clear some of these people think, on average, folks think they're getting a good deal. I might be able to raise my prices a little bit. So when you think about positioning products and all the types of questions, this type of mapping is helpful, and students be able to see it live as they make decisions and change, I think could be pretty powerful. And this function of Excel, or like Google Slides, can be quite helpful.